Well, hello everyone. Welcome to week 2 of Love Revolution, 21 days to create a life you love. And I trust that your first week went really well and you're feeling great, because I am positive that when you are moving your body, when you're meditating, when you're spending time in self-exploration, when you're cleaning your diet, you can't help but feel better. You want to say hi?
Hi.
So let's start with a quick meditation or recalibration. So sit up really tall, and I'm just gonna mute some of you here. Sit up really tall, and if your legs are crossed, uncross your legs and close your eyes. And exhale all the breath out of your lungs. And I take a really deep and slow inhale. Open your mouth and exhale. Let's do that again. Inhale all the way down to the bottom of your pelvis. Exhale, relax your belly, relax your shoulders, your throat. And this time, big inhale, and this time enjoy your breath, savor your breath. And exhale it all out. And just for a moment here, become fascinated with your breath. Really pay attention to your inhale. And pay attention to your exhale. And imagine that as you inhale, in the middle of your heart, there is a light, a source of light. And as you take a deep inhale, that source of light is getting bigger and bigger, and it's expanding, filling up your entire heart area. Breathe deeply, enjoy your breath. And feel that light filling up your upper back and shoulders. And the light is going all the way up to the crown of your head, down your arms. And as you breathe deeply, this light is expanding and it's cleansing your body. It's healing your body. The breath is going all the way down to your torso, your lower belly, your pelvis. And as this light fills up your entire body, it's cleansing every single cell, every single bone, organ, muscle, healing it, cleansing it from all the whatever toxicity, whatever it is that needs clearing. So feel the breath go down your thighs, your knees, your calves, all the way down to your feet and your toes. And as you breathe deeply, luxuriate in your breath and in this warm light. And internally you can say, thank you for cleansing me. Thank you for healing me. Thank you for healing my physical body. Thank you for healing my emotional body, my spirit, my soul. Feel the pleasure of your breath, the joy of your breath. Feel how good it feels to breathe and feel this warm light. And then internally you can say, thank you. I love you. And thank you. I love you. Thank you. I love you. And you can open your eyes. And if it feels good, you can move your shoulders a little bit, move your head side to side. So I'd love to hear from you guys how this week went. And instead of like putting you on the spot, there is a chat option here at the bottom of the screen. Um, share with us how this first week of Love Revolution went for you. Maybe pick 1 to 3 things that you choose to celebrate right here and now, and just share it with us in the chat.
Yeah, I think, and specifically, not in the sense of check the box. I did all the things I'm supposed to do, or I didn't do all the things I'm supposed to do. What's more interesting, maybe, and another way to look at it is, what came up, and what can I do with that? Like, sort of what issues, what epiphanies, what revelations, what moments was I present for? What awareness did I gain through any part of it? Reading, through exercise, through meditation, through anything. That's actually a different way to look at it than I either checked all the boxes and I did a great job, or I didn't check all the boxes and I failed. That's like kind of everyday sort of thought process, and this is intended to bring you out of that. So I'd be curious, like what came up? What did you learn?
Yeah, and I would also add to that, maybe pick one thing that felt good, right? And I honestly want this call today to be about feeling good because, Roger's book, this whole program is about 21 days to create a life you love. And I'm all about that manifest magic and shaping your own destiny and, manifesting your desires into your reality. And with all of that amazing stuff, the number one, the most important ingredient to manifest magic is feeling good, right? Because when you feel good, um, you just attract that good feeling, emotions and feelings. And then, I always say, like, the universe smiles at you when you're feeling good, when you're focusing on joy and pleasure and you're feeling open. What are you doing?
Just looking at the chat.
So whenever you're focusing on, oh, I didn't do a good job, or you're feeling stressed or overwhelmed, or you're feeling anger, frustration, fear, self-doubt, that's not feeling good, right? And those emotions also have that vibration, a negative kind of vibration. It's a vibration of lack, and the more you feel those emotions and the more you feel those feelings, you tend to attract more of that. I mean, that's the universal law, the law of attraction. So today I wanted to offer you this one simple tool that I use in my everyday life, and it's, focusing on what you want. Because when you focus on what you want, you always feel good. So let's say, for example, whenever you're focusing on lack, right? Like, let's say I don't have enough money, or I'm broke, or I'm lonely, I'm alone, or I hate my job. All of those thoughts, the thoughts of lack, and they have that kind of, we call it below the line negative vibration. And the more you focus on that, the more you attract lack into your life, the more you attract loneliness and poverty and disease, the lack of health into your life. But the moment you shift, the moment you catch yourself focusing on what you don't want, you can always make a new choice. Right now, I can make a new choice and I can start focusing on what I want, right? And what I always say, like, not only focus on what you want, but like, we're the only living creatures on this earth who can imagine stuff, right? So we can dream big. And our human brain is so incredible that literally your subconscious mind, your mind cannot differentiate between something that you imagine and something that is happening in reality. And if you don't, if you don't believe me, let me illustrate that. I always use a simple example. Like, just quickly close your eyes and imagine that, it's a hot Texas day like it was today. I can't believe it's like almost 100 degrees today. And you've been outside all day and you're hot and sweaty. and you walk inside your house or inside your apartment and you open the fridge and you grab a lemon and you fill up a glass of water and you decide to squeeze that lemon in it, you take the knife and you cut that lemon in half, and just for fun, you just bite into that lemon. Is your mouth watering?
It's puckering.
So, I mean, did you actually bite into a lemon? No, you didn't, but you thought about it and your body had a physical reaction to that. So that's to say that, you can always consciously choose your thoughts. And when you focus on what you want, you always get to feel better. And once you start feeling better, it's a law of attraction. It's a universal law. You start attracting even better feelings, better emotions, better vibration. And that's how you start creating the life that you love, the life of your dreams.
So over in the chat, Katie was, thank you for sharing. She said, this is a common experience. We've led a lot of programs, but she said, I'm happy that I got here today, and I'm happy that I'm in the program. And some of the things I planned on doing as part of the program, I didn't make it to. And I chose instead, this is a choice, I chose instead to connect with my partner. Which is an awesome choice always, right? It's all about prioritizing what matters most. And this is a program to help you kind of see what matters most. I think you had a great answer. Like, what can I do, if I want to make exercise work, if we're busy? Y'all went for a walk. That's great exercise. And you can connect while you're walking. You can talk and you can connect. That's an amazing thing that we've done many times when we don't have anything, and just getting outside will change your perspective, right? Just get out and start walking. That's one. There's a whole lot of stuff you can do. Like, you can get back to back. So turn your back to me, and you can meditate like this, right? You could ask your partner to meditate with you or just sit with you. You could even hold hands while you do it, but just this connection of breathing together. You'll see if you sit back to back, you'll see your breath will start to work together.
Yeah.
And there's a connection there. There's this thing that, I think is important that every couple has, partners, is that you spend some knee to knee time, that you're just talking and connecting knee to knee.
Yeah. Tonight, I just got back to town. I just drove from Taos. And even though it's a school night, we're dressed up to go out for dinner and have some knee to knee, so to speak, time, some, some mommy and daddy time.
Yeah. And, it took us a while to find some exercise that we actually liked doing together, because we tried a few things. That's actually how we started yoga, is that we tried running together. That was a disaster because we just ran at wildly different paces. And so if you've ever done that, try to run with somebody and they just run at different paces, it's not pleasant for either one of you. Then we did step aerobics, which was also a disaster because I was not feeling coordinated. She's not going to play basketball with me. We were just looking for things that we could do together. And finally, we had not done yoga really at all. And she invited me to a yoga class. And that's the thing that stuck. But we had to just keep trying it on, go for a bike ride, whatever that looks like for you.
Yeah. So this upcoming week, as you continue with your moving your body and your meditation and journaling, I would like for your priority to be what feels good, and focus on feeling good. So you're not just doing, like Roger said, you're not just doing it just to check off the box, but you're actually feeling all the good feelings that all of those things bring to you.
Sorry, may I?
Okay.
I just want to add that the important thing is how did you feel about your choice, because you prioritized something. And anytime we do that, there's an opportunity to check in. How do I feel about that choice? Did it make me feel oh, this is actually a good thing? I'm glad that I did that. I'm glad I didn't go exercise. I'm glad that instead I did this. Or does it feel some different way? Does it make you feel stressed because, oh, I didn't do this thing that I should have done or I'm supposed to do? And it's really important to check in, because we always are making choices, right? And what I love is that, you put the word I chose instead. And that is very powerful to be in choice. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay. So I'm kind of trying to like reel it all in and set you up for this upcoming week, if that's okay. So this again, coming back to that idea, focus on what you want and focus on your desired outcome. Focus on that initial intention that you set for yourself last week at the beginning of the program, and focus on your desired outcome. So this week, I'm going to share with you one of my favorite meditations. It's my vision meditation. Roger and I do it at least twice a year. And I can say that everything that we have and everything that we've experienced in our lives, from starting our yoga studio to blowing it up to an incredible community to kind of getting rid of everything and traveling the world for a year, and our relationship, all of it came as a result of doing this vision meditation. And I know that many of you have already done this meditation with me, and you probably forgot. So this is a great reminder. I'm going to share with you that meditation, and I invite you to do it at least 3 times this week, and then write down what comes up. And I'd like for you to write it down on a sheet of paper in your journal. Write it down in positive and present tense. So instead of saying, by age 40, I will hopefully be married, you just write, I am married, and this is a thriving relation. I'm married to the love of my life, my soulmate, my best friend. Like write in present tense. Is there something that you wanted to say? So do the meditation 3 times, write down your vision, and then I'm going to up-level you this week. This is what I do, and I'm kind of a nerd when it comes to that. So I'm sharing with you the tools that really help me to shift into that state of feeling good and manifesting magic and literally shaping my destiny and creating the life of my dreams. So then after you write it down, your vision, your dreams, take your iPhone or take your phone and read out loud your vision, record it in your voice memos, read it with enthusiasm and excitement, and then make that your daily meditation, right? So you're reading out aloud, you're making a recording of your vision for yourself, your desire, your chosen future 5-10 years from now. And then you listen to it every morning as your meditation. And I guarantee you will start feeling good because you're focusing on what you want, and everything else becomes the law of attraction, because the better you feel, the better it gets. The better it gets, the better it gets. So it's like an avalanche effect. The better you feel, like the more of good feelings that you attract into your life. Is there something that you wanted to say?
No.
So do you want to, like, that will be your meditation for this week, guys. I'll share with you vision meditation, do it 3 times, write down your vision, then record it in your voice memos and listen to it every day and make that your daily meditation. And when you make that recording, speak with enthusiasm, right? Speak with passion, so that even that recording is turning on the incredible powers of the universe to literally create what you desire, create the life you love. Do you want to set us up for week 2?
Well, so how are they getting that meditation? You're going to share
I'll email it. I'll email it to you guys, and I'll also upload it to my website, right? albinarippy.com/love-revolution.
By when? Since we're golden.
I'll do it tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this week we're not putting you on the spot and making you say anything. So thank you, Myra. I was more present and aware of my thoughts and actions. I also recognized a change in energy with the words I choose. Also made time for movement daily. Whatever felt good is what I practiced. Less self-judgment and more self-love. The mind is so powerful and amazing. Absolutely true. And so now that you have more presence and awareness of your thoughts, the next step is to ask yourself, what's possible from here? What's possible from here? When I have more presence and awareness, I can. And that's where you start to get really, because the presence is in and of itself a very important piece. And this is a good transition into week 2. It's like, okay, now that I have this presence and awareness, this I'm more aware of my thoughts, including the negative ones, and I'm starting to build some space and some choice around it. What would I now like to transform? Right? Like, so if I'm aware of the self-judgment, like Myra said, oh, here comes that little asshole inside that likes to judge and assess everything that I do. It's like this whole other person that's like this really hard ass person that we all can kind of have, like, oh, and I know that I have said, to myself, really horrible things in the past that I would never say to another person. Right? It's like the inner critic is what that's technically called, I think, in sort of meditative terms. The inner critic comes out and starts beating you up. And so, in order to silence the inner critic, you first have to be aware. So, what would you choose instead? Just in a sense, it's like if you had a really judgy friend that you wanted to kind of turn their vision somewhere else and look at something else, you might point out the positive, like, oh, but X, right?
What is it that you want?
What is it that
what
you want?
to experience instead?
In fact, one of the best ways to silence a critic is to say, well, I hear you talking about this. What is it that you want? Now they're focused not on the thing that they don't want, but on the thing that they want. So this week too is really about now that you have choice and now you see kind of the things that you are able to open up and see the first week. What do you want, and which direction do you want to go? So you talked about words that you use. There's words and whole sentences and maybe even whole ways of thinking that you want to start to cut off. Like when you see them arise, you say, oh, you know what? That was my old game. This is my new game. Whatever that looks like. If it used to be, I'm so blah, and then say, you know what? That's my old way of being.
Make a new choice.
New choice is I'm about self-love. I'm about empowerment. I'm about seeing the positive. I'm about creating what I want. And over time, you get quicker at that. We talked about this last week. You just get quicker in seeing this old pattern, these old limiting beliefs, and you see them and you say, I see it. Then you congratulate yourself, like, oh, I caught myself. I'm just about to go down that same old road, that real boring road that gets me into this place where I'm feeling sorry for myself or victimized or whatever that looks like, right? And go, you know what? I already know where that goes because I've been doing it for so long. Here's a new road I'm going to take. And you get quicker at that. And eventually that inner critic, when it doesn't have an audience, just like your gossipy friend or, when they know that you're not a space for that, they stop, right? And so eventually you don't have those so often. You still have them from time to time, probably. They just don't have as much power and they don't come as often. So this week, you get to be, you get to play the painter and start to create. Like, what is it that I want to do? What is it that I want to create? Now I know what I have all this information. What do I want to keep? And what do I want to let go? So being looking for those opportunities to say, this is what I'm creating. This is what I want. This is what I choose. And this is what I'm letting go intentionally. And I'm not even going to play that game anymore. This game is old. It's boring. It's like if somebody said, hey, you want to go play beer pong? No, it's not fun for me anymore. When I was 15, that was awesome. And it got me drunk and then I got sick, right? But now that I'm 48, I'm not playing beer pong. I know it's not a healthy game for me. Same thing with the, whatever the games were that we were playing, they're limiting us now. The tapes, the lies, the stories, those roads, we're just going to start to stop going down them.
Yeah, and ultimately how it all ties in into creating the life that you love is, your beliefs are the thoughts that you keep having over and over again, and ultimately your beliefs shape your destiny. So what we're asking you to do is choose a new thought instead of thinking the same old thoughts that are boring and they don't lead to anywhere. Change your pattern of thinking, and doing the physical movement every day, doing the meditation every day, doing the self-reflection exercises, and cleaning the way you eat and making better choices around your food all of that will affect the way you think, and also you consciously choose a better thought. Focus on what you want, not what you don't want. And always, as a guideline, always go off of what feels good to you, because when you focus on what you want, you'll always feel good. And I think the meditation this week will be really, really helpful to you. um, Play with that. This is how you create the life of your dreams. This is how you shape your destiny. This is how that manifest magic works.
I love what Mark said here. He said, I set it up as a divine appointment. I had a
Yes.
divine appointment with
Love
myself.
it.
So when you have a divine appointment, you're not going to make up excuses why you can't do it. You have a divine appointment
Yes.
with your divine self. And
That's right.
that's a whole other way of looking at it. Like, as opposed to I'm reading this book, so I have to meditate.
Yes.
No, I have a divine appointment to listen in. I have a
That's right.
divine appointment to take care of my divine body that I was gifted, right? I mean, that's a whole other way of looking at it. So
That's
thanks for
right.
bringing that out, Mark.
Thank you, Mark. I love that.
It's talking about, he's talking about changing the way you look at something.
That's
and
right.
That's what this week 1 to week 2 transition is about, is changing the way you look at things so that you look at them in a way that's supportive, that's uplifting, and that you're making time for creating a life that you love, a divine appointment. I love it.
Yeah, and then lastly, I want to share with you guys from my personal experience. I used to hate meditation. We did this 40 Days to Personal Revolution for a decade, and I would do everything else except for meditation, or kind of half-ass the meditation, until one day I don't remember who exactly said this, but I heard, like, when you pray, you're talking to God and you're asking God for help, right? But when you meditate, that's when God talks to you. That's when God gives you guidance. That's why you're listening to that divine guidance to lead you in the right direction. So to me, when I shifted that meditation, something that I have to do, as opposed, and shifted into something that is truly divine, everything changed for me. Now, honestly, guys, I spend 1 to 2 hours meditating every day, and I love it. I would much rather meditate than do yoga or running or beach body or whatnot. It just changed my whole life. Well, is there anything else that you want to add?
Yeah, I'd just like to leave you with this thought, and that is that each day, each moment, each time that each breath is a chance to begin again. And so I use this. It helps me so much. It's like I said it last week. The Buddhists say, if you go down a wrong path, turn back. It's all about beginning again. And so you're never caught up with your past. You're always in creation. And each chance, tomorrow will be a brand new day, a brand new week. Each breath is a brand new moment to begin again and to say, yep, this is where I'm going. It's an affirmative thing. It's an affirmative, positive. These are my values. This is what I want to live. And I'm starting now. So consider whatever happened this week was good practice last week for what's happening now.
Myra is asking, are my meditation guided or silent? In the beginning, it really helped me to do the guided meditations. Now, these days, it's mostly silent, my own meditation. And like I shared with you in one of those videos that I posted, I usually just start with breathing, and I just say, what would you have me do today? What would you have me say, and to whom? And then I just listen, patiently listen for the answer, and the answer usually comes. To me, it comes around like 30 minutes. But again, it came as a result of years and years of meditation. And occasionally I still do a guided meditation, because I think it's really awesome. And a lot of times I'll do my own meditation. And a lot of times, that how to ask you to create a voice memo with your own vision. I do that as my meditation. And I told Roger this week, just this last week, when we were in Tuscany this summer, I guess it was spring, that's when I call it my tape I don't think tape exists anymore, but I call it my tape, my magic tape. And I listened to it a lot for like 2 or 3 months. And then I kind of like switched to other meditations. And just the other day, I listened to my tape again. And I was like, oh, dude, like a bunch of them already, like all of those dreams, that vision is already my reality. I'm like, dude, I need a new tape.
Yeah.
So this week I'll be making my new tape with you, and I'm going to listen to it again.
Now it's probably like, that's my new code.
That's right. And what I want to say also,
program.
Everything in the universe, the whole universe is constantly expanding. Your desires are meant to expand. You are supposed to expand and grow, because if you're not growing and expanding, you're dying. That's a universal law. Evolve or die. So your desires will expand. You will expand as a human being. And that's a beautiful thing.
We love you.
We love you.
We're going to head out and
we're going on a hot date.
Yeah, we're going to check in with you again next week. And if you have any questions or anything, you can always reach us. We're easy to find on social media or through Albina, through email, whatever way. And if we can support you any other way, let us know. Otherwise, have a great week and expect a miracle.
Bye. We love you. Woo.